The referee is often called the Invisible Man. He is there in every fight, the so-called third man in the ring, though the audience hardly notices him. In fact, it is his duty to conduct himself in the ring and move about so as to never be in the way of the fighters or in the line of vision of the audience. In Myanmar, sometimes 2 referees are employed in the ring, an ancient tradition that has been carried over into modern times. In ancient times, before westernized rules of sportsmanship came about, each man in the ring represented one of the fighters and was often used to help keep back the crowds and enforce whatever rules he could for his fighter, including a forfeit. Today, dual referees are still used in traditional tournaments, held in rural arenas and during holiday festivals. They work in harmony with one another, watching the fighters carefully and keeping the show moving from fight to fight. The referee in Lethwei serves a multitude of functions. He helps organize the bouts, especially in the traditional tournaments, when young fighters assemble prior to the start of the day. Here the referees and or jury members hand-pick and match the participants by eye. The referee's careful eye and experience is mandatory to their success. In picking the fighters, he has to quickly get a sense of the fighter's skill level and ability. In the ring, he has to watch the fighter to see if he is sustaining too much punishment or is simply outclassed. In Lethwei, the referees and jury members are extremely experienced. Many were once actual competitors and teachers, and most have been referees for decades. You can see them in the footage from the past, some from as early as 1999. Today, 16 years later, they are still referees and senior officials at major tournaments. When dealing with children and young competitors in rural tournaments, a ref will have control over the length of the bouts. He is looking for the children to show their courage and skill, then reward them for their competitive spirit. The regular competition follows suit, with 2 pairs of competitors fighting for a time interval determined by the ref or refs. If there is no clear winner, they are sent to rest and another pair is brought in. This process continues for a few rounds until there is a winner or the fight is called a draw. In major arena, large-scale bouts, 1 referee is used for each fight, and a series of referees are rotated for each bout. At the start of each tournament, there is usually a blessing ceremony, officiated by senior referees and judges. The refs and judges will do their Lethwei yay for the audience before the fighting begins. In the beginning of a match, the ref checks and smells the fighter's hand wraps for any illegal substances that might have been absorbed into the wraps. The referees are an important element of a bare-knuckle art like Lethwei because maintaining the rules is essential to the safety of the fighter. He must also know the rules for the various tournaments, from the rural bouts to the main stage arenas. It not only shows the diversity of the sport, but the versatility of the referees, who control each arena with an expert eye.